Hey kids, the Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Now, you can tell today's video is serious because I've got the overalls on. What I want to do today is pay some attention to the chains on my chain-driven bikes. Not because I don't look after them or anything, but they're just, looking around the bikes, they're just starting to look a bit dirty, and I like to have things spangling clean. So on the Panigale, for example, when I recently had it serviced, the chain was lubed by the dealer, but they've used some fairly sticky lube, and the chain itself is looking a bit grungy, as you can see. And what I'd like to do is kind of clean it and get it back to that nice gold look that it had originally. So that's what I want to do with the Panigale. On the Street Triple, similar story really. It's the chain is in fine condition. It's just just looking a little bit gunky. I noticed on the inside of it as well. I've used the Street Triple quite a lot this year. There's a little bit of rust on the inside plate, so I just want to give those a clean up and just get the chain back to looking nice again. And then last but not least, on the CRF, where I've been using that off-road, again, there's been quite a bit of dirt and stuff flung up, as you'd expect for a dirt bike, and it's kind of stuck on the chain, and it's just got some grit and stuff on the chain, which is not what you want in your chain because it will just wear it down, so I want to give that a clean. So the thing that's different about it, however, is I'm going to use a slightly different product to what I normally do, because I've been looking around and I've seen around and about the place a lot of these new WD40 bike range products. Now, I'm a WD40 fan from, just WD40, release agent and the stuff that you spray on everything around the house. Always use that. And the bike range has only been around for a couple of years and I've not really used it, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I've got myself some of their chain cleaner, and I've got some of their chain lube as well. So I want to give those a go today and see how that goes. As I say, I won't show you the whole process. You can look at my other videos on that, links at the end. But what I'll do is I'll get cracking on each of the bikes, give them a good clean with that WD-40, then afterwards I'll show you the sort of after effects and let you know how I got on. Okay, stick around, stay tuned. So first up for the treatment is the Panigale, and of course with all the bikes you have to get the back wheel off the deck in order that you can rotate it to get at the chain and clean it. I'm just going to attack it from the bottom in this case, because of course you can clean it and get everything here, and then when you come to lube it you can just do the tops here, and of course centripetal force will fling the lube through. So that's all you need to get at really. Plenty of newspaper down, very messy job, and in this case with the Panigale I've used my ABBA stand to get the thing up off the ground, so very useful to have if you've got a sports bike or something. I just find it a bit more straightforward to use than a paddock stand. Anyway, okay, I'll crack on with this and clean it then, and then we'll have a look afterwards. Okay, so that's the sort of cleaning phase done, if you like, looking much, much better. And when you're doing this, of course, don't forget to clean the sprocket as well while you're at it. Now I've got to get the lube on. Okay, so for this, first of all, you obviously give the lube a really good shake. All you really need to do is lube the inside of the chain, because of course centrifugal force will push the lube out. So a little bit of carb behind, as you spray it on and move the wheel around, and that's what you need to do to lube it. Okay, so that's the Panigale done. Let's move on to the next bike. Okay, onto the Street Triple then. Basically the same sort of procedure. On this bike again, once again, use the same ABBA stand, just little adapters, which are brilliant. These stands are fantastic if you've not come across them before. I'll stick a link below as to where you can get these. They're absolutely brilliant. And you can get adapters for most bikes. So on this one then, same again, but plenty of newspaper down. I'll stick a bit of newspaper to the swing arm on this one so I can rotate the wheel but not spray cleaner and stuff everywhere, and I'll just crack on with it again. Of course, you don't have to use your wife's toothbrush like I'm doing here. You can use a proper chain cleaner brush like this, which I do tend to use, but this one's getting yucky. I need to soak this in some petrol just to get it cleaned up and use it again, but I want to do a really thorough clean on this one, so hence why I'm using the missus's toothbrush. I'm sure she won't miss it. Okay, all done, bike number 3. Okay, so bike number 3 then, the little CRF, this time up on the scissor jack to get the back wheel clear so we can spin around. Same sort of procedure again, give her a good clean and lube, and then at the end we'll do a little sum up. So there we are, folks. That was a good afternoon spent in the man cave doing a job that needed doing. So I'm pretty pleased with how it's come out. If you look at the Ducati chain now, the before and after shots, I think you'll agree that the gold chain is looking fantastic. That came out really well. I'm really pleased with how that looks. The street triple as well, if you have a look at the before and after shots of that, that chain's come up quite nicely, cleaned up quite well, got the rust on the inside, came off no problem at all. So pleased with that. And then similarly, if we look at the before and after shots on the little CRF, again, that's probably the one where the chain is in most poor shape. I mean, it gets a battering in mud and stuff, but and there's 1 or 2 kinks in the chain. And that's one of the good things actually about when you do a bit of work like this yourself. Not only do you, of course, get to know your bike, what the state of the chain is, but also just things like I noticed on the street triple, the back tyre's looking pretty squared off, and I could probably do with replacing that quite soon. So it's well worth doing these things. For that reason, as much as anything else. So what did I think then about the product that I used? This is something I've not used before, I use the WD40 chain cleaner and their chain lube because it's, you know, they're a British company. I just like to use British stuff. In the past, I've used German materials. I have to say, I found the chain cleaner worked really well. It just seemed to blast the dirt right off, and that was really nice. So that I mean, all, you know, chain cleaner, but that seemed to work pretty well. And with the lube, it remains to be seen how well it does from an anti-fling point of view. But when you sprayed it on, it went, after about sort of 10 minutes, it went very tacky and sticky and leaves like a fine coating on the chain, which, you know, I hope means it's not going to fling too much. So really looking forward to see how that works long term. If you're interested in getting hold of any of this stuff, by the way, it's pretty good value. You can get it on Amazon. I'll stick some links down below so you can have a look at the WD40 kit that I used. Okay, hope that's been of some interest to you. Look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Mr. and Fly. Cheerio.